First introduced in 1996 for the 1997 model year, intended to serve as a direct replacement for the outgoing Ford Bronco, the Ford Expedition aimed its sights directly at the competition from General Motors, mainly the Chevrolet Tahoe and the GMC Yukon. The boxy brethren were tried and true and proved very popular amongst families that wanted the versatility of a minivan, but also wanted the towing and hauling capabilities of a truck. And let's face it, the Yukon and Tahoe are so much cooler looking than a minivan. Anyways, with the comfort and convenience of a family hauler and the confidence and power of the CK pickups, Ford had quite the tough competition in the road ahead. Meet the Expedition, the exact formula, all the comfort and convenience of the 3-row family hauler, and the towing and payload similar to that of an F-150. I mean, it worked with the Ranger-based Explorer, why not here? And it did. In 1997, we saw sales figures of 214,524 units. Our 2011 Expedition represents the third generation, first introduced in 2007 and sits on Ford's T1 platform. With the axing of the full-size 3/4-ton behemoth Excursion, Ford introduced an extended-length version of the Expedition and ultimately the Navigator as well. Interestingly, as 20% of Expedition sales are in Texas, a huge number to be sure, instead of revealed in Detroit at the North American International Auto Show, it was instead revealed at the Houston Auto Show. This Expedition was built in the Kentucky Truck Plant in Louisville, Kentucky in March of 2011. Hey everyone, in today's in-depth walk-around review, we are taking a look at this very nice and very well-equipped 2011 Ford Expedition. Available in many trims, from XL to XLT and XLT Premium to King Ranch and then Platinum. What we have here is just an XLT and the regular wheelbase. It is also available in the extended length or EL wheelbase. And we have our Expedition painted in the optional white platinum tri-coat metallic, and it does feature the pale adobe lower body cladding. Inside is the medium camel premium leather interior. This will be a full in-depth review. We're going to go over everything from performance, engine, fuel economy, interior, exterior. And its full pricing is shown on screen, and the options list is in the description box below, so be sure to check that out. Available in either 2-wheel drive or 4-wheel drive variations, ours is the latter, equipped with a sturdy control track 2-speed shift-on-the-fly system with the Borg Warner 4417 transfer case, and has a maximum ground clearance of 8.7 inches. An approach angle comes in at 22.6 degrees with a 21.5 degree departure angle. Ramp breakover angle is 18.3 degrees. 4-wheel drive Expeditions are tested alongside F-Series and Super Duty pickups in off-road and durability testing at Ford's proving grounds in California and Arizona. The 4x4s are also come equipped with steel skid plates protecting vital undercarriage components, and are equipped with frame-mounted closed-loop steel recovery hooks up front. It is important to note that 4 high and 4 low are intended for low-speed off-road driving and are not intended for on-road use. On-road use can lead to powertrain binding and catastrophic powertrain failure. Power comes in the form of a flex fuel capable 5.4-liter Triton single overhead cam 24-valve V8 engine with 3 valves per cylinder. Constructed with cast iron block and aluminum heads, this engine features variable camshaft timing, multi-port fuel injection, and a 9.8:1 compression ratio. In its current tune, the engine creates 310 horsepower at 5,100 RPM and 365 pound-feet of torque at 3,600 RPM. The Expedition can accelerate from 0 to 60 miles per hour in a respectable 7.8 seconds. It does have a gross vehicle weight rating rated at 7,500 pounds with a curb weight of 5,840 pounds. This Expedition is rated to tow 8,900 pounds with a maximum payload capacity of 1,400 pounds. The Expedition came equipped with a rather large 28 US gallon fuel capacity, and it consumes 6.7 gallons per 100 miles driven, with an estimated total driving range of around 420 miles. As stated previously, the Expedition is a flex fuel vehicle, so consumption and fuel economy ratings for both fuel variants are shown on screen. The sole available transmission is an electronically controlled intelligent 6-speed 6R80 select shift automatic with tow haul mode and a 331 rear axle. This transmission is based on the ZF6 HP26 and is licensed by Ford and built at the Livonia transmission plant in Michigan. Alright, as we walk along the rear of the Expedition, as you can see, it's very flat-sided on the liftgate. It does have a power opening liftgate and also a power opening rear hatch glass. Alrighty, around the rear, you shouldn't be expecting too much in style-wise in a boxy SUV such as the Expedition. However, it still looks pretty nice, pretty well put together. Ford actually did a pretty decent job of chiseling the edges around, just kind of making it overall cohesive. Large greenhouse glass here. It is deep tinted from the factory, which is really nice, keeps the interior cool. On this back C-pillar here, you do have a gloss black panel that kind of blends the glass together. You come down to these sharp chiseled tail lamps here, reminiscent of the F-150 that it's based on, although they're just a little bit smaller. And of course, we just have red lenses back here with brake lamps and turn indicators, and your reverse lamps here. Going down below, you have the two-tone bumper back here. It's the pale adobe with the ultrasonic parking sensors back here. You've also got your Expedition XLT badging here, chrome license plate surround. You do have a rear view camera here. You also have your flex fuel badge here. Down below, you do have your trailer tow hitch, 4 and 7-pin wiring on that. And of course, the rear liftgate also has an opening glass partition. And as we walk along the profile, even in its shorter wheelbase, the Expedition is still a very long vehicle. Seats 3 rows of seats very comfortably, with some cargo room to spare. This vehicle is also equipped with running boards, which is a really nice feature, and a power sunroof. Steering is hydraulically assisted variable rate rack and pinion with 40.8-foot turning radius, and the wheels are the optional 20 by 8.5-inch premium painted aluminums shot in 275/55 R20 Michelin Defender LTX all-season tires. Brakes are power assisted 4-wheel disc brakes assisted by ABS, advanced track electronic traction control and roll stability control, as well as trailer anti-sway control. Up front, we have 13-inch vented rotors with solid 13.5-inch rotors in the rear. Taking a look at the front of the Expedition, it actually looks really nice. This is the XLT trim, as stated before, and it looks really good with this white platinum tri-coat metallic and the pale adobe lower cladding. Looks very premium. We do have just single black fold-away mirrors coming into the long hood. Right down the clear lens headlamps, they are just a halogen headlamp. Halogen here, automatic headlamp control, turn indicators down below, humongous round fog lamps, and even further down below you do have 2 recovery tow hooks. Nice large prominent chrome grille with the large Ford oval right proudly in the middle. Alright, before we get inside, let's take a quick look at the key. Just a simple standard Ford key. We have our lock, unlock, panic alarm, and our trunk release or hatch release. In addition, we also have Ford Securicode keypad entry system. Just by entering your 4-digit PIN number here, you can unlock and unlock the vehicle doors. We do not have smart key access here, so that is our version of smart key access as of right now. You'll also notice that the mirrors are heated, and they also have signal repeaters there as well. All right, let's hop inside and check it out. As you can see, very nice wide opening doors leading into the medium camel leather interior. Just a quick look at the door panels. Nice soft touch material. It's a little bit on the hard side, but it still has a soft grain to it. You do have this nice offset texture here in a graphite color. Chrome door pulls. This nice wood trim. It is harvested from the plastic forest, but it does look nice. Power mirror controls, power locks, power windows, window lockouts for the rear passengers. Down here we do have the speaker system here, molded matte pockets here, and a cup holder. Taking a quick look at the driver's side instrument panel, we have a nice large circular air vent here that's multi-adjustable. Automatic headlamp control with fog lamps. Power adjustable pedals here, which is a very nice touch. As you can see, they kind of move a little bit. Emergency brake and brake release, hood release. This little knob here is your instrument panel brightness and dim. And we do have a leather wrap tilt steering wheel, does not telescope. And down here we do have an 8-way power adjustable driver seat. We also have adjustable lumbar support and 2-driver memory. Alright, let's take a quick look at the seats in detail. The seats are actually very comfortable. They're very supportive. They've aged very nicely over time. They are perforated because they do facilitate heating and ventilation controls, which is a very nice feature in this vehicle. Alright, now we're inside. We're going to pan through the interior. We're going to show more details. As you can see here, nice fluidic, easy to use power assisted steering. It is a non-heated steering wheel. As you can see, it has endured a lot of wear around the rim from high use. It does have a lot of miles on it, 182,623 miles, and to be in fact. Over here we have our cruise controls on the left hand side of the steering wheel, and over on the right hand side we have our voice and media controls, audio controls, seek and scan, and phone controls. It does equip with the sync Bluetooth system, so we do have phone controls as well. This is our multifunction stalk here for, we have our turn signal indicators, high beams and flash to pass, and wiper washer control. And greeted right in front of us is a full set of analog gauges. They are black on with white lettering, except for the main gauges, which are a silver face with black lettering. And down here we do have a fuel gauge, 7,000 RPM tach, battery voltage here, oil pressure there. We have our 120 mile per hour speedometer here, and our coolant temperature down there. In the middle, right above where it says Expedition, it's very dark and hard to see, but we do have a multifunction trip computer. And just above that, we do have a bank of warning lights. Alrighty, moving over the top of the dash, as you can see, it's not a very big dash, so a lot of room has been cut out of the dash panel itself and into the interior. Overhead, we do have a nice little tri-panel storage bin. And moving down the center stack, similar to the F-150 in style, we do have these light graphite accents here, more of the wood paneling harvested from the plastic forest right down the center. It does look nice, does give it a premium upscale feel. The grain actually looks pretty good actually. These controls here, info, setup, and reset, all control your multifunction trip computer, which is in the instrument cluster. We also have our stability control, 4-way flashers, and our hatch release up here. And moving down, we do have the optional navigation system. It does feature a 6-disc in-dash CD player. We can also adjust sound. We can show our visualizer here with a bar graph. We have our digital signal processing, speed compensated volume control, balance, fade, and treble. You can also go into the menu here for clock and all that kind of stuff. View our map, set your destination, get information, all that kind of stuff. By placing the vehicle in reverse, also activates a reverse camera. It does feature guidance lines, but they are fixed in place. Hitting the settings here, you can set your camera delay, restore faults, set your brightness and your contrast. And there's your map view. Moving down below, this vehicle is also equipped with the premium 3-zone climate control. So we do have driver and passenger climate controls here for temperature. We've also got single zone fan speed control here for the front seat, panel distribution for the front seat as well. But we also have rear controls, so we can set the rear climate controls here for warmer and colder. We can also set the rear fan speed control as well. We can also make the controls available for rear seat passenger use. Alright, moving down. As stated before, this is just our fan speed control for the front seat, ventilation control for the seat, heated seat control here, which we do not want on this day, panel distribution mode, rear mode control, and these are the passenger controls for heated and ventilated seats, and the rear seat fan control. Cigarette lighter or power point here. Just a nice big storage tray right here. 2 large cup holders. A leather wrapped shift lever with chrome accents. You also have the tow haul mode there. The sync plaque indicating that we have a Bluetooth in this vehicle. A nice padded armrest which opens up to reveal a tremendous amount of storage. We also have a auxiliary line in and USB type A port, coin holder, and just a tremendous amount of storage as stated before. We've also got molded in pen holders, tissue holders, and all that kind of stuff in the door. So overall, I think Ford really thought outside of the box when they were designing the Expedition. They really designed it for a long haul use and family comfort over long journeys, and just overall commuting as well. So over here we have a automatic dimming rear view mirror. It does feature integrated microphones for the sync control. On the driver's side sun visor, we have 3-channel HomeLink universal garage door opener. Overhead console shows a sunglasses holder. We've also got overhead map light controls, and we have our power sunroof controls, tilt, slide, and vent. Sun visors are nice, large, and padded. They feature illuminated vanity mirrors, and of course they also feature sliding visors. Another party trick here, we have a secondary visor that folds down. I love that this is in this vehicle. I actually wish my Fusion and our Lincoln MKX had this same feature. I think this is a feature that all cars should have. And here it is in this vehicle. In addition, on the A-pillar, we have a passenger assist handle, and of course, we have height adjustable seat belts. Alright, now this vehicle is equipped with third row seats, obviously, so let's check those out first and foremost. To gain access to the third row is very easy. First, we're going to need to unlatch this head restraint here by pulling this tether. Then down here, we are going to lift up on this release, and it's going to release the seat back. Then we're going to lift again, and it's going to unlatch the entire assembly from the floor. As you can see, it's on hydraulic struts. It's very easy to operate one-handedly, and we have access to our third row. To make it a little bit easier to see, I'm going to lift or lower the middle portion here, just out of the way. And as we can see here, we do have third row seats, seating for 3, and a 60/40 power folding split folding option. We do have head restraints on the outboard seats, no head restraint on the inboard, but we do have 3-point belts for all passenger seating areas back here. As we get inside to show just a little bit more detail, we do have cup holders, storage tray, vent windows back here, coat hooks in the ceiling. We do have positional air vents. We've also got rear lighting and additional storage and cup holders on the left-hand side. Not to mention, you do have a pretty decent amount of head and leg room back here. All right, and if you're in the third row and you want to escape, easy to do. Simply pull this latch here, just like you would if you were up front. Just to unlatch the head restraint. Down here on the floor, you actually see a pull strap. Just pull this. And just like that, you can get out. All right, now let's take a look at the second row seats. Nice wide opening doors. Reveals a second row seat. We're going to go into detail here. Let's take a quick look at the door panel. Very similar to the front door, albeit just a little bit differently because the doors are styled differently, but the same exact theming. Payload or the camel. You have this graphite trim here, chrome door pulls, more wood harvested from the plastic forest, power window controls, door speakers, molded mat pockets, and a bottle holder. And the rear seats in this vehicle, or the center seat, or the second row seats, are actually a 60/40 or 20/20. Whoa, what is it? It's a multi-function split folding seat. So you basically have 3 separate individual seats that can all be folded individually of each other. Height adjustable head restraints on the outboard seats. We've also got 3-point belts for all passenger seating areas. Overhead, we do have overhead lighting, overhead positional air vents, and we do also have the optional Ford. This is actually a Ford product here. It is the aftermarket DVD player. This was actually installed from the factory. It shows up on the window sticker as a factory installed option, and it's just a dual DVD player. DVD load slot is on the top. You can adjust your screens here Inputs here, USB, check your source. Integrated controls here for headphones, play, stop, and eject. It's on both headrests, by the way. And over here we have some cup holders. We have rear audio controls here. If you can see it, you can check your media, change your stations. You can also adjust your volume, and you can also seek and scan. You have individual headphone controls here, audio inputs here, rear climate controls back here as well. Pretty nice little feature back here. In addition, you also have a 12-volt power point and a 110-volt, 150-watt household-style AC outlet. Seat back mat pockets in the backs of both front seats. However, you do not have armrests, but what you could do is just fold this center section down and kind of create, I don't know, a pseudo armrest, but there's nothing actually in the way of a true armrest. All right, now it's time to take a look at one of the most important things of a family SUV, and that is luggage. Two different ways to access your luggage area. Underneath the license plate plinth, there's a little arrow. Underneath that arrow is a little membrane switch. That unlatches your glass. So as you can see, your flipper glass opens up. And this is for if you just want to load long items or anything like that. You don't want to open up the entire lift gate. It's just for added convenience here. Now, opening the main lift gate, there are several ways you can do that. First and foremost, you can open up from inside just by pressing this button on the upper console in the center of the dashboard. Another way you can do that is just by going to the handle itself. It's a membrane switch right in the middle. Just pressing that and the hatch will automatically open up. Or you could just use the key fob by double pressing the key fob button. As stated before, it is a power opening and power closing hatch release, so it is a very convenient item to have. As you can see here, we do have our luggage area. It's not too bad with a third row seat up. Back here we do have our fuel cutoff reset, hatch release in the back as well. In the floor panel here, we do have jack and tools, jacking instructions, and everything else that you need for roadside service. Over here on the right hand side, we have a 12-volt power point, very handy to have, and our power fold third row seat controls here for up and down. So that's a very nice feature to have. But shown on screen is our total luggage capacity with the third row seats in their upright position. What we're going to do now is we're going to fold the third row seats, and they are very easy to do. First thing you need to do, locate these tethers with the number 1 on them. Just like the second row seats, these will unlatch the head restraints and fold them flush into the seat back, allowing for flat stowage. And then you just hit the fold button here on both of them if you want to, or one or the other. And they will automatically fold flat into the floor. And as you can see, with the third row seats folded, you have a greater amount of cargo capacity. But let's go ahead and fold those second row seats now. We're going to fold one side, but both sides are the exact same. All right, for this demonstration to stay before, we're just going to show one side. What we're going to do, just like getting into the third row, unlatch the head restraint. Then we're going to lower the seat just like we normally would. Now we're not going to unlatch it from the floor. What we have here is a lever that says cargo mode. And what this does is it just moves the seat a little bit forward and flat. And that's where this comes in handy. This also folds flat and flush. All right, and there we go. All seats in their folded positions. As you can see, the interior of the Expedition is cavernous. And when you know it, the EL version, their extended length version, is even longer. What's really nice is the wide configurability of the cargo area. So you can have one set of seats up or down as you wish. Same with the second row. So if you have really long items, but you still need versatile seating, that is completely arrangeable and configurable. Alrighty. Now let's get the third row seats back up. By doing that, we're just going to hit the up button. Alright, and then we're going to put the headrest back in their positions here. Alright, and to take the second row seats out of cargo mode, it's pretty easy. You're basically just going to lift them up. They latch. Then they're going to unlatch the seat back, just like that. And then you're going to put the headrest back in. As simple as that. One-handed operation. Alright, and then we're going to close the hatch by pressing the button in the trim panel. Alrighty, that does conclude probably the longest and most in-depth review of a 2011 Ford Expedition you'll ever see on YouTube. If you found the review informative, please comment down below. Also, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. Check out our Facebook page at facebook.com/neighborhoodcarreviews and our Instagram channel at BrensoJ1. And of course, as always, thanks for watching.